Have you ever walked into a meeting, a conversation, or even a room and felt like you just weren't being heard? Like your words didn't quite land the way you intended? You're not alone. So many women struggle to be taken seriously, not because they don't have great ideas, but because of how those ideas are coming across. Today, we're getting practical, game-changing advice on how to walk into any room with confidence and finally find your voice. Let's welcome communication expert and confidence cultivator. We have Karen Laos. Hi, Karen.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, so Karen, let's start with the big one. What can women actually do to be taken seriously the moment they walk into a room?
You have to walk in like you belong there. And what that looks like is shoulders back, head held high, smile on your face, and always take a seat at the table, not on the windowsill or the sidelines.
I like that, taking a seat right at that table where they belong. And to talk about just confident communication overall, there are certain words women tend to maybe overuse that quietly undermine them. So which ones should we ban from our vocabulary?
I would recommend avoiding just and little in certain circumstances. For example, if I said to you, I just want to share a little tip with you, it diminishes the value. Instead, I could say, I want to share a tip with you. And it sounds so much stronger.
Yes.
Those are just two of them, as I just said, just. Notice. So there is a time and a place to say either of them.
Yeah.
And at the same time, words that get in the way, like basically, actually, and any of these words that even are actual words in the English language, but used repetitively, take away your credibility.
Yeah, it's minimizing. When you said that too, I was like, I know I use that in emails. Just wanted to check in, just.
Exactly.
So, seeing that and refraining from it. Some other filler words that women use, like, you know. So, I mean, they're kind of hard to kick when you do use them. I just said like. So how do we actually train ourselves to stop using them, Karen?
The first step is to be aware, of course. Second step is getting feedback. And there's really two ways to do it. One is getting feedback on audio or video. So recording yourself, getting a chance to hear how you sound. And then the other one is to get feedback from other people. So if you and I were at a meeting, I might say, hey, Desiree, I'm working on my filler words. Are there any that I said that were distracting in that meeting? Or maybe it might be proactively, I say, I'm working on this. Can you listen for it?
Yeah. I noticed too on social media, I've noticed what some women are doing is they're aware of filler words, so they practice not using them, and it maybe creates some moments of pause, some moments of silence, but that makes it okay because you're catching it in real time.
Exactly. And you mentioned perfectly the power of the pause. I remember a gentleman that I was coaching once actually who said, I tally mark my filler words when I'm leaving a voice message. And I said, well, you're sabotaging yourself. So instead, we came up with an affirmation that I would recommend anybody try as well, which is, I am a person who perfectly pauses. Because when you positively reinforce what you're trying to do, instead of don't say, all your subconscious brain then hears when you say don't say is
Okay, and then there's something you've mentioned before, upspeak. So that thing where a statement sounds like a question, because you're maybe raising your voice, which can be a credibility killer. So how do we stop doing that?
First, I want to give an example because a lot of people do this when they introduce themselves. So option one, hi, I'm Karen Laos, and I'm originally from Minneapolis, but now I live in San Francisco. Versus, hi, I'm Karen Laos. I am originally from Minneapolis, but now I live in San Francisco. All I'm doing in the second one is punctuating. And yet that seems to have gone out the window in the spoken word compared to the written word. This is why I always recommend that you record yourself on video, and that is the best way to see how you're coming across and hear it.
Yeah, and you mentioned earlier, feedback is always helpful. I had a professor tell me when I was in college, hey, I noticed when you say a statement, it always ends in a question mark. Kind of be aware of that. She told me that's something that a lot of women do. It can just end with a period. It doesn't have to be a question mark.
I love that you got that feedback.
Yeah.
Powerful.
And then people can get these helpful tips. Can we mention your book as well, too, and tell our viewers a little bit about it?
Yes, my book is called Trust Your Own Voice, and that is a guidebook for women on how to grow your influence through confident communication. It is a book with no fluff and all practical strategies.
There we go. Karen, keeping it real. Karen, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Yes, I'm going to let our viewers know where they can go for more information. It's time to own the room and take up space. To learn more info, head to KarenLaos.com.